Yeah, just react to known a man. He's a really good guy. He's really blown up on YouTube. He's a great guy. Subscribe to his channel. Let's get it.
Watch out for the attitude of these ladies. Okay, so let's get into it.
I think it should be maybe 30, 70, or like, you know, it's for the household. I don't follow what my grandma told me. Worry about yourself. Worry about your household. Don't match it to what they got going on, because what they got going on has nothing to do with what you and your husband got going on. So
shout out Granny, man. That's a good perspective. How you feel about that, Mr. man?
Nah, I'm gonna let them have the floor, man.
I completely agree with her. I think everybody's situation is different. Like I can't. He might make 100,000. I might make 50. I take care of my bills and the kids. You take care of the household. If that works for me and mine. I just think it all depends on everybody's relationship and everybody's finances. Yeah, because if your dude making $40,000 a year, there's no way that he's taking no.
Well, my stance is a little different. First of all, I do not agree with Gabrielle. She is not my leader. I do not look. A lot of the shit she's been doing lately just seemed a little off to me. But we gonna stay on the topic of the household stuff.
You never looked up to her?
Absolutely not. No. So, I feel like in this situation.
Yo, like, you know this stuff. I mean, look at this shit. And then she got the nerve to put the pillow on. Y'all know what that means when they put the pillow or they wrap their arms around their stomach. She got it good from another dimension. Yep, that's what that means. This is somebody's mom. Because you're gonna hear she's gonna say she got a daughter. Somebody's mom. This is how she's representing herself. Of course, she's got the weave. Of course, she's got the weave. Of course, she's got the weave, and they are all over. You see, you notice? They all have their hands in front or something in front of their stomachs. Why? Because they're all overweight. What's in the modern women? Y'all keep thinking I'll be bashing women. No, I'm not. This is a typical black woman. Yeah, right. The one thing I'll give white women is they got enough sense to know that, bro, you ain't gonna keep no man being this size. It's not. I give them that. I'm not saying nothing about their character, but I'm just talking about as far as their weight. They know daggone well, nah, this ain't gonna work. Long term, this ain't gonna work. But this is the modern woman, black woman. See how they carry themselves. See how they dress. Let's keep going.
Situation that the man should definitely take care of the household. I feel like, mind you, I do take care of my own household right now. Like, it's just me and my daughter. So I just feel like
of course you got a daughter.
The caliber of guy that I know that I would end up being with, or that I would prefer to be with, would be able to take care of the household. Like, my rent is not $10,000. My rent ain't even $5,000 a month. Like, if you can't get $2,000, $2,500 a month to pay the rent, I don't understand. Like, what are we really doing here? Like, and if you're in Gabrielle's case, you and her man can make more money than she do. So why do you even want to pay?
Single mother is a single mother talking about my caliber of God. She must have lost her goddamn mind. A single mom. I don't understand these women, man. Like, listen. Ladies, think about it from this perspective, from a man's perspective, who has achieved. This is a guy that makes even $150,000. He can afford a Benz, Tom. He can. He can afford a Benz. If he ain't got no kids, no other responsibility, he can afford it. But he can afford to spend $1,000 a month on a Benz. No problem. All right. The other women see this. He has choices. Why would he pick a single mother? Why? That's overweight. And none of them are even average. None of them. This is a 4. This is a 4. This is a 4.5 in the face. Now, when we start judging by body fat composition. It's 3.5. It's 3.5. Yeah. She got some big ass. Yeah. That shit don't move me, dog. Dime a dozen. Dime a dozen. But she over there talking about my caliber of man. Fuck you mean your caliber of man? How much you make? She makes what, 50 max. This chick right here, she'll make nothing more than 50 though. Pushing at 65. Thinking she doing something. You talking about my caliber of man. Let's keep going.
Pay 50-50. Mind you, I have a back story behind it that I feel like she's doing this because I don't know if y'all remember, she came out saying that when she was in her first marriage, she was the breadwinner. So she cheated on her husband because she felt like, I'm the breadwinner, nigga, I make the money around this motherfucker and I'm gonna do what I want to do. So maybe now in her marriage, she's like, well, since we both make money, I don't want him paying everything, and then maybe he think he can go out and cheat on me.
You
Like
already had
that's
a
what it's
baby on him.
giving.
See, this is where black people get really freaking confused about relationships. Everything is based on the money. And it's in
She said she actually thinks she's making sense. Like trying to justify Gabrielle Union cheating on her first husband because she made money and trying to make it sound like she's saying something. Like she's like, yeah, that makes sense. If she paying more, then she gonna cheat on Dwayne Wade. Like she actually trying to what?
insane that when women think that they now making more money than the man, they can become the man. They can act like a man. And we keep telling women, you are not men. I don't understand why you all can't understand that one simple point. Regardless if you're making more money or not, the rules don't apply to you like they apply to men. There are more men who are making more money than you. If you cannot attract one of those men and you end up with a man that's making less than you, you still better be happy that he's still contributing to you and the house. Because it's not just about the money. It's about your freedom to actually have someone else there as well. I'm going to get more into the freedom bit later on, but let's continue with these 3 or 4 ladies. I think it's 3 on the couch, and I think there's another one on the side there.
So when
I feel you, but he had a baby.
so,
And then it goes back to like we were saying, it's all situational. Because right now, I don't pay any bills in my home. My husband pays all the bills.
Yeah.
I don't work. I stay home and I take care of our daughter right now. But when he met me, I was making 6 figures just like him. You know what I mean? And then I got pregnant. I had our baby, and I chose to stay home.
I just feel like that's the way it should be.
that's the way it should be. But
Yeah.
so what are you doing if it should be?
Well,
that
here's
way?
the thing. If for me, if it was my household, I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna make my money, I'm gonna stack my money, whatever. But if my husband happens to fall on hard times, I'm here.
So he should spend all this dough while you stack yours.
But how was it all of his dough?
No, you say he should pay all the bills. He should pay everything as a man, and you should just stack your money and just be.
But
cool.
I'm taking care of it.
I don't understand why you all don't understand this. When you're married, there is no your money and my money. There is only our money. When there's a divorce situation, if whatever cash is sitting there, you can't say that's my money because it has my name on it in a bank account. No, the judge is going to say, yeah, you earned that money during the course of the marriage. It is the family's money. This individualistic idea of finances in a marriage is an illusion. You don't understand that. And this is the problem that most black people have. Actually, it's not just black people. It's all over. All races have the same problem. Women still looking for a man to be traditional, but they don't want to act traditional. Yeah, my husband, he pays all the bills, and I do what? Divvy out the coochie every 2-3 weeks. Tell him what he got to do whenever he has to do it. You know, what? You don't take any instructions. He can't tell you what to do, but yet he paying all the bills. What does he get in return? What? And black men have really been conditioned with this mindset, thinking that, okay, if I paying all the bills, I'm in control. No, stupid, you're not. Because when she wants to leave your ass, she has the ways and means to do it. I met an Egyptian woman here about 7 years ago. I was doing photography for the kid. Me these money back. He's not going to pay me. I could see that something was deep inside. And I said, listen, you want to talk about it? It was only her and I. She said, I just can't afford to leave him. I said, you should have saved some money during the course of the marriage. You could have a side job. I said, do you have a maid? She said, yes, I have 2 maids. I said, well, why didn't you do something on the side if you have this much help? You got 2 maids and 2 kids and 3 kids. No, it's still work. I still have to work. In my mind, I'm going, the hell do you have to do with 2 maids at home? This man, so she probably paying about 10%, 15% of the monthly bills, and the husband's taking care of the rest. She laughing because she knows it's
all the cleaning supplies. Like I pay the light bill and the gas, and he pays the house. He take care of the cars. Like if it need to be fixed, like I'm not paying for that.
Okay,
He's gonna
look,
pay
look,
for
look.
that.
She laughing because she know that ain't shit. Maybe a couple $100 a month, while the husband is paying the freaking everything out, the major parts of the bill. So she probably paying about 10%, 15% of the monthly bills, and the husband's taking care of the rest. She laughing because she knows this man's getting suckered.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all too. But when we say 50-50, it's just a saying. It's not gonna exactly be 50-50.
It can never be
nothing in a
50-50,
relationship
right.
is not even possible.
Right.
It might be 60-40. It might be 70-30. One month it might be 70 you, 30 him.
Mm-hmm.
Next month it might be 70 him, 30 you. One month he might be feeling generous, 100 him, 0 you. But
Look at me. I've heard enough of that bullshit. It was 50-50, 70-30. I don't understand. What's the final verdict? How much should men pay in a relationship? All right. A man must represent abundance. Really, that's simple. I keep trying to tell you guys, a man must represent abundance in every area of his life. Before you get married, make sure you either have a home that you already bought, if you and put it away, put it in a trust so she can't get it. So that's done. All your assets, all your stocks, all that, put that in the prenup. She can't touch it. That's done. First thing is you need to have a prenup because prenup actually prevents divorce. It's lack of prenup that actually encourages divorce. Y'all might just don't get it. She needs to know that you are serious about this thing. That look, if you decide to leave, that's on you. You get nothing. So let's put that aside. All right. Next, a man must represent abundance, just like the Father in heaven. Father in heaven has everything you'd ever need. What am I saying? As a man, you need to have your stuff together. Meaning, if you have a home, you was already paying for all that stuff before you met this chick. You was paying light bill, you was paying for insurance, you was paying everything. You need to be you need to be able to stand firm on that. Right? You need to be able to stand firm, meaning you're already abundant. You already got the stuff covered, with or without her. I was already doing it before, I can do it without you. Get it? Okay. So when it comes to anything related to the house, right? And you should never, ever, 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 ever move in with a chick. Ever. Oh shit, no. Never move into a because you've lost all negotiation power. Negotiating power. All right, so now that we have that covered. So she moves in, right? She moves in. What you're gonna do is, let's say you guys want to get married. Okay. She pays for everything food related. Everything food related. and you expect her to give you the best amount of food. Her bills, her car bills, that's on her. She pays that shit. You're not paying that shit. You're not paying for the car insurance. You're not, no. She pays that shit. Now, if you guys have kids together, you guys split that because they're both your kids. You split that. She is going to take advantage of you some, but not a lot. That's just the way it is. The house, you give her a place to live for the rest of her life. She ain't got to worry about that for the rest of her life. That's none of her business. But when it comes to food, she is in charge of that shit always. Always. When it comes to the children and their expenses, both y'all split that. You're not going to work that man to death. Working 2, 3 jobs. No, that's not, no. You got a job, you contribute. When you guys going on vacations, you split that. Because y'all doing this shit together. You split that. When it comes to like eating out and all that, when you're on vacation, as a man, you pay for that shit. Take out your card and pay for that shit. But when it comes to the travel, the lodging, split that. And if you're with a real one, she will take you out on dinner dates. You ain't got to pay for that shit. That's a woman showing you appreciation. That's another thing. When you guys are going out and so on and so forth, you pay for it most of the time. But guess what? She's gonna have to spend 30% of the time she's taking you out. 70% of the time you taking her out. That's how that shit works. But when it comes to anything related to the home, that's your responsibility because you're a man. When it comes to anything related to the food, that's her responsibility because she's a woman. When it comes to anything related to the children, y'all split that because both of y'all are taking care of those kids. Meaning you got daycare and all that shit, y'all split that. This is where the joint account comes in. The joint account is for things y'all do together. Kids, vacations, even dinner dates. That shit in there. Yep. When it comes to the home, no. Woman, you got to provide a place for that woman to rest her head. She would never ever have to ever pay the mortgage. Now, if you get on a hard time, sure, she can absolutely pitch in, absolutely, because both of you guys are in this thing together. And if she becomes sick, you wouldn't expect her to, or she's taking care of the kid for a year, trying to stay in the home, you pay for all the bills. That's how that shit works. But if she's working, food, she takes care of that shit. Anything kitchen related, anything cleaning related, that's her responsibility. I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing. I gave you a home, now take care of the home. So the issue I have with modern women is they want the man to do everything traditionally, but they are not traditional women. They want the man to. I have my uncle that just passed. When my cousins were with him in the hospital, they said that they saw another couple where the husband died. Older dude. The wife was still alive. They said, if you see the way that woman treated that dude in his last days, my cousin was like, yo, man, listen, you better live your life. You better live your life because the moment it's over, it is fucking over. And that chick is sucking some other dude's dick. With no problem. Probably the next week. Never ever let a woman take advantage of your stuff. Remember, the first thing is you gotta have the prenup set. That shit gotta be set, dog. Stop fucking around. That prenup gotta be set. You gotta have all those things set. You feel me? So that way, if she wants to leave, at least she's not going to take any of your stuff, any of that stuff. And if you're going to have to pay child support, well, at least while she was with you, you guys are paying the expenses together. And as the older man, he made a very interesting point. If you keep your wife in the house and you say she is no longer working, that is not being a man. That's just being a stupid man. Why? Because when she decides to leave you, guess what? The courts are going to say, oh, you were paying for everything before. Guess what? You're going to keep paying for everything moving forward. That's how that shit works. So don't let any woman try to trick you into, oh, a real man's going, no, baby. Try that shit somewhere else. You're working for a reason. You're supposed to be what? A helpmate. Hi, guys. We talk about divorce matters because divorce actually matters today. I'm your host, Manoa Aiken. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the share if this is informational and good for you. All right. Talk to you guys. Peace.